Now somebody else is using my phone. How I can prove that? I'll show you right now. I'll show you where I am usually at when I'm on the maps and where it is now. So that way you can see that I'm not only being hacked, as you can see, that I'm not even on Instagram and it's illegally closed. But that's a funny thing. Now, where I'm at is in my window, which is nowhere where this circle is. This circle is in the parking lot. And that's where there's people outside using my phone. Now, I'll show you where it regularly is on other pictures I have. Now, the device that is controlling it is in the parking lot. I do have picture evidence and video evidence on YouTube of this ball not only bouncing from apartment 2, 3, and 4 all involved to the right of my window, but leaving yellow traces going to their very front door, back to me, and then back to their front door again. So that's just proof. And this is one of the best trusted apps there are. And it's precise on everything. There's no doubt. It's a great app. Very beautiful, and I'm very happy with it, by the way. It's on Wi-Fi Shallit. You've seen the feedback. See, the data's on. Reset it. Oh, look, now the data's off. Watch. Now the data's on. Now I'm going to reset it. See, the data's on. I'm going to reset it again, just to make 100% sure. So it's reset again. And now I'm putting in the data's on. See, it says unknown signal. You see that? Very good. The stats of the device. Do you notice how these not only do these apps keep on coming, but see that arrow? That's where the person that's using my phone is. Isn't, I mean. But you see the longitude, and you see how the blue's going around the screen now? That's when it's controlled by another person, and you can see that on my YouTube video where it happens on my phone. And you can also see it on pictures that I have of it on the internet. Or on lowercase letters, M-A-R-K, period, S-H-A-L-L-I-T, period, 902. Do you see how it moved by itself? Now do you see where the ball is now? How someone else is controlling it? It's in a whole different part. You see how it bounces from apartment to apartment? That's called organized gang stalking. Now, what they do, it's called electronic harassment and cyber crimes. But police involvement. is the only problem. You see how it keeps bouncing around? Now, there's no reason for that ball to bounce around anywhere. You understand? When I live, and the ball always stays here. Unless they're hacking me. Because that's right where my window and where I am right now. And it's always there, and I have video evidence of it, plenty of it. Especially on the social media. You see how it's moving again? Now, it's moving by itself. The only way it can move by itself is when the blue box is going around. That means when another individual is controlling my device. You see that? You see how it's been moving? Now you see how it's in apartment 207. That not only the mother, but the son that drives the white Saturn is involved in the crimes. Who I'm civilly suing, and I'm using this evidence to sue. So whatever they have coming from their tax returns, or that if they don't show money coming in, or whatever money does come in, I'm getting a piece of their check. Because I'm going to give $435 to make money off this guy for the rest of his life, including his mother. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because I have all the evidence of it. And I'm going to pay a technician to prove it. So, I'm going to be retired probably by June this year. As from now on, I'm going to private business only, and I'm being a lawyer that represents myself in my prior cases, criminal cases against these people, and civil cases. I will be suing them for criminally and civilly. For not only the pain and trauma they caused, but the attempted murders, the hate crimes, defamation of character, invasion of my privacy, their phone stats being on my phone. Everybody involved, I'm suing them. I don't care if they intruded my phone one time. If it's $50, I'm suing them for $50 one time. But I'm filing a lawsuit on each and every one, and I'm using my Secret Service evidence along with their testimony in court against these people, proving the crash and how many people infiltrated my system. Now this is going on YouTube as evidence, and I want to let you know that this is where apartment 207 involved him and his mother, which are Caucasian. The son between his 20s and early and maybe 30. The mother in her early 50s or late 40s. Caucasian, female with blonde hair, son with blonde short hair. About the son is about 5'9". The mother's about around this 5'7", 5'8", and that's about it. Apartment 207 residents live at 18620 Hatteras Street, Tarzana, California 91356. Not including I'm going in direct order from number 1 involved in planting the illegal FCC Part 15 Model 3AA-TC unlicensed transmitter in my home, to number 1.5, which is the new resident living in his apartment, which is his partner, which is number 1.5 involved. Not only is number 1, before we get to number 1.5, male, Middle Eastern, Persian, in his early 50s to late 40s. He was residing in the building until I reported him. He did move out. I do have his license plate vehicle of his number. I believe he is the owner of the apartment. As now his number 1.5 is living in there. Elon Cohen, which is number 1.5. Not only does he live in the same apartment, but was caught outside hacking with Spectrum. After Spectrum is only allowed to be in your home for 1 hour per visit, he was caught being 5 hours in front of my home, or 3 hours in front of my home, with suspect in the Spectrum van, both number 1.5 and him, not only hacking my system, but being right in front of my window. Now, number 2 involved is apartment 216, which is male and Hispanic in early to late 20s, or could be early 30s. Male, thin build, about 5'10" in height, 5'10". Female, Hispanic as well, just like the male, long hair. She's about 5'7". Now there's somebody next to my vehicle, as you can see in the camera. Now what is this man doing on my vehicle? I don't know what, but I'm gonna go check him for being next to my vehicle right now. Okay, it actually, that's my fault. It was a bogus call on that one. Because when I'm wrong, I'll admit it. As you can see, my computer system keeps on crashing, and it's still being controlled by somebody else. As you can see, not only does this system crash, but you know that this is abnormal. It never happens. If anybody has a Samsung Galaxy E tablet, they'll tell you that they never see this. Now here's the specs on this device. That way we can definitely get all their information and file it. Because I will get everything on them. I have no problem suing people. It's $435 if I'm going for $25,000 and over. And I know exactly where to go now, so I'll be there. Now as you can see the model number and the specs. And if you can't, what we'll do is this. To make it better, I want to be 100% proof before I sue the dog shit out of these people. And we only got 1 minute left, so we got to get all the stats off this device. And I'm just going for this stats. That's all I need. Now what I'll do is I'm going to get out of here for 1 second because we got 1 minute 30 seconds to get the real stats. As you can see, it's jammed. I'm going to push OK. I'm going to get out of here because we got a limited time on these people. And what we're going to do is go here. Do settings, but normal settings. There it goes. Oh, we got 1 minute. 1 minute is all we need. I can do it. Now, as you can see, it's connected to my Wi-Fi. Now, all these people are on my Wi-Fi as well. I'll prove it to you just by showing one. Surveillance Van 3, who's involved in the crimes along with the FBI. Now, as you can see, it's going to be the same as mine. Watch. See that? That's my IP address. And I have plenty of videos proving this fact. Now look at mine. This is mine. As you can see, they stole my IP address. Very good. We got 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Yep. You see how it's all grayed out so you can't see it? Just so you can see it's all grayed out. So they won't let us see anything. Very good.